Team Cherry releasing Silk Song. Video game industry claiming they need $70 games to be profitable. Apple iPhone 17 is here, everyone. So what's new, Apple? Boys will see this and immediately start singing. This is how we turned on our computers in the 2000s. Someone giving me verbal instructions, my brain. Waking up after that kind of afternoon nap. We attempted to negotiate but Galactus asked too high a price. Well, what does he want? He asked for a 4 days work week. Know the work rules. Appropriate. My sister. I like kids and I want a son to raise. Or you're sweet. Inappropriate. Me. I like kids and I want a daughter to raise. Hello human resources. Me. Girls seeing the guy they rejected 72 times post a picture of him and his new girlfriend. Stop being anti-AI, it's a sign of progress. FAI. 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 New iPhone features. Look inside. Features of old Android phones. How I look at bro when he says I love CP knowing his A has never seen or played Cyberpunk. Me after marrying a gold digger and sending her to work on gold mines. Me, I'm a strong, intelligent, educated woman. Also me, Wednesday. I wish all chronically online doom scrollers a very pleasant go to sleep. Idaho, Montana. Me trying to prove that 2 minutes should be enough for any normal woman. Apple fans be like, therapy, buying the same phone with a different number in the name every year. Finally found some jeans that fit. Me when someone in a mobile game ad makes an obvious mistake. I'll never tell anyone if I win the lottery, but there will be signs. You see that? That's how you do a Gen Z protest. When someone asks you to sum up how different the 80s were, I make $31,000 a year and I have got a home. Americans fighting against their government, Nepal. Is the world ruled by a small group of hyper-wealthy psychopaths? No, it would have been on the news, which is owned by that small group of hyper-wealthy psychopaths. Friend, hey, how's Silk Song? Any fun? Me, oh it's great. When the only co-worker I tolerate is absent, can I go home now? Nepali people right now, fear will keep the government in line. Healthy burgers, heal thy burgers. Flirting with the judge, so is there a misdemeanor? Old politicians be like, let's talk in a closed meeting and solve this slowly. Gen Z Nepali be like, live on TikTok, trending on Twitter and protesting outside Baluwata by 4 PM. That's my golden ticket. When the guests finally leave and you can become a legal citizen of your own house again. Marry someone who looks at you the way this girl looks at air. Cats, sleeping on the expensive cat bed, ignoring it to sleep in the cardboard box. Born too late to buy crypto at $1. Born too soon to live off passive AI income. Born just in time to get laid off by AI. Me forcing my kids to watch all the movies I watched as a kid so they can grow up and be cool like me. When I was a kid I thought the long vampire fangs were hollow and had holes in the end that they drank blood through like straws. My financial decisions in a game. My financial decisions in real life. This is the energy I want to be coming into next year with. I heard you were talking shit about me. Do you want to hear it again or did you get everything? If women ruled the world there would be no wars. Anyone with some knowledge of history within earshot. Epic fart shuts up wife. Today, wrote the dear little weird. There's about to be a problem in produce. Everyone is allowed to make mistakes because that's how we learn. Surgeons, not me. The hardest part of parenting is finding your own special snacks that nobody else in the house likes. Me, I wish I were the most beautiful person in the world. Genie, okay. Snaps fingers. Me, blushing. OMG, nothing has changed. Genie, I tried but you're just so ugly. I took my nan to one of those spas where the fish eat all the lead skin. It took ages and cost £60, but it was still a lot cheaper than a f***. The housing market has gotten so bleak that even millionaires are renting right now. Me who has long hair. Jesus also having long hair. My religious family who say I look because of my long hair. Tip of the day. Always make sure the phone is 100% hung up before you call someone on a. Did anyone else as a kid sleep in the car on the way home and know exactly where you are by feeling the car turn? Every fitness brand is like, we are the rebels, the ones who dare to be different and change the game. For example, here is a grey t-shirt. Reality, chicken seller, LinkedIn, AI enthusiast, Gen AI evangelist, influencer, inspirer, chief visionary, coach, startup advisor, mentor, prompt engineer, project manager, CXO, LinkedIn top voice, according to me, speaker, ChatGPT expert, 9 AWS certifications, 7 Microsoft certifications, father and son. The least insane plot of an is a K-anime. My kidnappers, we are going to harvest your organs and sell them on the black market. Me, ha, joke's on you. I already ruined my organs with my diet and substance use. Mom, what are you laughing at? Me, 4 not 4. I see myself in your chair after 5 years. The interviewer. Best friends should be able to apply to jobs together and get hired as a set. Can we start normalizing being kind? Some of you are effing rude, bro, it's insane. I told the barista that I like dark coffee, but this is next level. I got a girl in high school, so I told my parents I was getting bullied and we moved. Car commercials that show a middle class husband buying his wife a car as a gift is so unrealistic. It's like, hey honey, as a gift this year I made a huge financial decision, without your approval you might wanna look for a second job, Merry Christmas. We attempted to negotiate but Galactus asked too high a price. Well, what does he want? $80 for standard edition on new games. Truth, truth, truth. Today I was in a taxi and the taxi driver said, I love my job. I'm my own boss, nobody tells me what to do. Then I said turn left. Apple releases iPhone 17 series. Tech YouTubers a few days later. I have tasted unemployment and I have tasted 9 to 5. I recommend not being born. When you have to play icebreakers with 50 strangers and if you don't remember what their fun fact is, you have to do some embarrassing punishment. My mom put out a glass of water for the bad spirits. She said it was working because the water was going down. Last night I went to the kitchen and saw this. Vanilla Ice really dressed like an Olive Garden waiter and thought he was the she. Rambo, First Blood. Do you all turn your ringer off on your phone before going to bed? My phone been on silent for the past decade. Apple users whenever Apple releases a new phone. Guys, I think I have a theory. Me enjoying my weekend. Mondays. Just got in my first relationship. Am I doing good? Why are you acting like a bee? Are you on your period? Me destroying the family computer with LimeWire. When you have a normal conversation, then realize after the fact that you were rude. If you're having a bad day, please remember that a man from Canada known as Michelangelo uses a GPS tracker of his bike rides to draw pictures. Family is still family no matter how they have hurt you. Not in my book. Tracy Morgan reveals he gained 40 pounds despite taking weight loss pills. I can out eat Ozempic. Our work friendship's a thing. Sometimes the greatest friends are made when you have both suffered together under the regime of a ruthless dictator. You think I'll ever find love? Time will tell. Tap tap. Time. No. Standing against corruption, France, Nepal, Japan. Well, that backfired. Are you alone cause you're gaining my interest? Lol. Chilled it. My turn. Oh yeah, let's hear it. Are you a banker? Because leave me alone. Ziza mentoring my body when someone says the WNBA is just as good as NBA. Plants invent caffeine to poison bad insects. Humans. This is some serious gourmet shit. Nothing makes me feel more productive than dialing into a Teams meeting with our guys in India from a hoteling station instead of my home office. Old people, don't stare, it's rude. Old people when they see someone with dyed hair and piercings. Me who has stopped caring for the MCU. Get that thing out of my face. A new Marvel show. Chump. Spider-Man pulling multiple zombies' heads off with his webs. Me being transported back to the 2010s when both Marvel and zombies were big. Scarlett Johansson shows off a massive back tattoo in glamorous pink gown at TIFF. 2019, 2023, 2024. You think the goth side talks to her like the Green Goblin mask or something? You wouldn't call them claws, would you? No, since they are humans I think this would be classified as clawface. When someone asks what are my hobbies and everything I say starts with I used to. Old house owner. In this house 37 people died and 12 killed themselves. Horror movie family. Stop doom scrolling. Put down your phone and take a doom walk outside. Doom drink some water. Doom breathe. Apple releases the thinnest iPhone yet. Me. Adulthood is crazy. Today I'm transferring money to my second account for saving it and 3 days later I'm transferring it to my primary account to save myself. Poor and ugly since the day he was born, and as he grew he got poorer and uglier. Spotify CEO is shocked by negative impact of recent layoffs. Fired employees. If I had a nickel for every time a parliament building was set on fire this month I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot but it's weird that it happened twice. Takes 1 sip of coffee, my bonjour. My dad after 3 glasses of wine, 5 beers and a 21-year-old me after 1 beer and a puking in the bathroom. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. Never forget who was there for you at your lowest. Me. Also me. The older I get the more I understand Donnie Darko getting a taste of the future saying nope and just staying in his bed and letting a jet engine fall on him. Font matters. I will always find you. I will always find you. When you go out for a bite. My name is DHX005972 and I will be your server this evening. How to afford a house in 2025. I effing love walkable cities. I want to effing go places without needing to drive. Welcome to heaven. Here is your dog. Where's my cat? Where's any of the cats? If I ever won the lottery I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would be signs. Speak of the devil. Hi, I'm us. Hello. Does he know? Nobody. Me while cooking. Childhood is when you're a child. Adulthood is when you finance your DoorDash burrito. Mom, can I ask you something without you getting angry? When you're an adult but you feel like a kid faking their way through life. Banishment is the funniest punishment I can think of. Just get out of here. Services provided. If you ever get ghosted by a person you just slept with, give me their number. I'll call to tell them we have just found your body, that they are the last known person to see you alive, and demand they come to the station to answer a few questions. Early spring be like 3-year-old toddler walking under a random balcony, 30 cm long thawing icicle falling from the 9-story building. Dihydrogen monoxide is deliberately sprayed on organic crops. What can I do to make you happy? Let me stack donuts on it. You find an amazing show on Netflix. They cancelled it to make another season of Big Mouth. Nobody is born cool, except of course. After losing her sister to lung cancer, the CEO of 23andMe launched one of the world's largest lung studies. She released de-identified data from 1,000 volunteers in an open source database, giving researchers vital resources to advance their search for a cure. Bacteria wants to get on my food. The law, you're about 5 seconds too early. Yeah Jonah, I don't know how I got this angle, I was just in the neighborhood. You have ginger in your hair, I have ginger in my beard, we are not the same.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.